So, since the chemise yoke from the previous video is taking even more time than I'd anticipated, I decided to do a quick project before I finish that, and this quick project is a quite unusual crochet wheel. To me, it's just the quintessential late 19th century building block of doilies, tidies, pillow covers and the like. It's lacy, it's pretty, it's spirally, it's just lovely. I thought it would be a simple little thing, but this clever pattern actually had some surprises up its sleeve. It's from Instructions for Crochet Work by Mrs Livetta White, to which the link will be in the description box. We start this wheel by crocheting 6 chain stitches, closing them into a ring, then crocheting 16 single crochets into the ring. A single crochet in this book is where we put our needle through the next stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through the stitch, yarn over once more, and pull the yarn through both loops on the hook. I achieved 16 stitches here by crocheting 2 single crochets into the first 3 stitches, 3 single crochets into the 4th, 2 single crochets into the next 3 stitches, 3 single crochets into the 8th, and so on. At the end of the row, we join the last single crochet to the first one with a slip stitch. Now we crochet 6 chain stitches, then 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 6 chain stitches again, then 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and repeat this until the end of the row. We join the last single crochet to the first single crochet with a slip stitch again, and now we have 16 loops of chain stitches around the ring. We begin the next row by crocheting 3 slip stitches up the side of the first loop to get to the center of it, then we crochet 8 chain stitches, and join them to the center of the next loop with a slip stitch like this. Then 8 chain stitches again, join to the center of the next loop and repeat until the end of the row. And this is where it starts to get interesting. You might have noticed we have way too much material in this little circle, and this will only get worse, but it's okay, because this wheel is sort of 3D, it turns out. The spikes of the wheel will become spikes by folding onto themselves, so if at this point the whole thing is starting to look a little strange to you, don't panic, it's supposed to be like that. Of course I panicked a lot when I made this wheel for the first time, because there's no way to figure all of this out from the illustration. The pattern does say at some point that the fullness should be laid in plaits, but that did not really prove to be a very practical clue. So we begin the next row by crocheting 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, then 3 single crochets into the 4th stitch. This increase will make a point at the top of the loop. Now we repeat crocheting 1 single crochet into each of the next 8 stitches, then 3 single crochets into the 9th stitch, always in the top middle of the loop, until the end of the row. Repeat this row 4 more times. Sadly, I only did 3 repeats by accident, but because we increased 2 stitches at the top of each loop, there will be 2 more stitches between the increases in each following row. This means that in the next row we crochet 10 single crochets and then do the increase, then in the following row we crochet 12 single crochets and then do the increase, then in the row after that we crochet 14 single crochets and then do the increase, and so on. We do all of these rows by crocheting only in the back loop of the previous row stitches. When all this madness is complete, we have a very full circle that's already trying to arrange itself into its final shape. We have this along in the next row by crocheting 3 chain stitches and anchoring them to the middle of the valley between the points or increases at the back of the work. This is how it looks when it's done. And now we cut the thread. Now there's only the outer circles left, so we join the thread in one of the points, crochet 7 chain stitches, and join them to the next point with a slip stitch. Repeat this until the end of the row. We begin the next row with 3 chain stitches, then crochet 1 double crochet into every chain stitch. A double crochet looks like this. We do a yarn over, put the hook through the next stitch, yarn over, pull the yarn through the stitch, 1 more yarn over, pull the yarn through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull the yarn through the last 2 loops. The next row starts with 5 chain stitches, then we crochet 1 double crochet into the same stitch like this. We chain 5 and crochet a double crochet into the 7th stitch from the needle. Now we chain 2 and crochet a double crochet in the same stitch. From now on we repeat the chain 5, double crochet into the 7th stitch, chain 2, double crochet into the same stitch part all around the wheel. This will create little V's at the top of each point. In the 7th row we crochet the leaves, and there are a few different methods to do this. If we follow the written instructions to the T, then the leaves will come out tilted like this. But I looked at the illustration as close as I could, and I'm almost completely convinced that the leaves are not meant to be tilted, so I devised a way to make that happen. First, for the tilted leaves. We chain 5, do a single crochet into the same stitch, then chain 3, turn and do a single crochet into the middle of the chain of 5. Chain 3 and single crochet in the same stitch, then chain 3 again and single crochet in the same stitch. Now we chain 2 and turn again, and crochet a single crochet into the center of the 3 chain, then repeat this 2 more times. The chain 3, single crochet in the same stitch part, that is. Now we crochet a single crochet in the center of the next chain of 3, and repeat the whole chain 2, then single crochet in the same stitch again 3 times. Now we crochet a single crochet into the center of the next chain of 3, and repeat the chain 2, single crochet into the same stitch 3 times, and the tilted leaf is complete. Then we crochet 1 single crochet into every stitch to the next V shape and make the next leaf. So this leaf is tilted because, after turning, we did the 2nd and 3rd chains of 3 into the same stitch. However, the tilting will not occur if we do it like so instead. We chain 3, single crochet into the center of the chain of 5, chain 3, single crochet into the same stitch, chain 3, and now instead of a single crochet in the same stitch again, as in the case of the tilted leaf, we do the last single crochet into the stitch we crocheted the chain of 5 into. Then we chain 2, turn, single crochet into the chain of 3, chain 2, single crochet in the same stitch, chain 2, single crochet in the same stitch, then single crochet in the center of the next chain of 3. Now we repeat the chain 2, single crochet in the same stitch part 3 times, then single crochet into the center of the next chain of 3, chain 2, single crochet in the same stitch twice, chain 2, and to make the leaf perfectly symmetrical, single crochet in the same stitch we crochet the chain of 5 into. The rest of the round is the same. We crochet 1 single crochet into each stitch until we get to the next V shape and start the 2nd leaf. There will be 16 leaves in all, so this might take some time, especially if you don't pay enough attention and have to frog it and start over twice. But after this, the wheel is complete. You can also connect the leaves with 10 chain stitches, but I did not do that because 10 stitches were too much for my wheel due to the missing round I mentioned before, and partly because I quite like the wheel as it is. If you want to go ahead and join the leaves, the book says you should join each leaf to the previous one by the 2nd 3 chain of the last row, which should be this one, with 10 chain stitches. Then, although the instructions skip this part completely, I would do some chain stitches at the back of the leaf to get to the other side of it and repeat the 10 chain stitches and so on. And our spirally, unexpectedly 3D wheel is complete. When it comes to old patterns, there usually are a few surprises along the way, but this one was especially unpredictable and deliciously uncommon, which I appreciate very much. If you liked it too, please click the like button and let me know in the comments what would you make using this wheel, if anything. I'm already thinking of making tidies for our nightstands, but will I ever have time? Who knows? If you're interested in doing more detective work with 19th and early 20th century knitting and crochet patterns, please subscribe. I really hope the next video will bring to you the completion of the Victorian chemise, but until then, goodbye!